COVID-19 pandemic. Are there any correlation? An average person will want to think that what has COVID-19 got to do with my oral health? Are there any correlation between the two?
Oh, yes, there is. From the general information that the public has, you're told to avoid putting your hands in your eyes, in your nose, and near your mouth, because those are the major inlets through which the virus can gain entrance into your body. And there was a postulation that came in the process of, in the course of past few months, saying that if you could reduce the oral overload of bacteria and the virus in the mouth, you could reduce the chances of people having COVID. You check online and you see articles where people were encouraged to brush their teeth before they stepped out of the house, because that would significantly reduce the amount of contact. And you realize with COVID, we're all told to wear face masks because most of it comes through breathing and through the oral cavity also. Also in dentistry, in the process of COVID, we're told to use hydrogen peroxide, which oxidizes the oral cavity and reduces the effects or the overload of microorganisms and the viruses. So yes, the mouth is very important.
Okay, now particularly during the lockdown, we know that a lot of other health services were affected because all attention shifted to COVID-19, managing COVID-19, helping patients with COVID-19. There are even cases of people who went to the hospitals, but they were, sent back for fear of being a carrier of COVID-19. In the UK, for an instance, services like oral health care services were shut down, and people had to rely on what they can do for themselves at home, to the extent that the British Dental Association, the principal executive committee chairman, Dr. Armstrong, said, and I want to quote him verbatim now, he said, anyone expecting dentistry to magically return to normal will find only a skeletal service. In Nigeria, how much effect has the COVID-19 pandemic had on oral health care delivery system?
Okay, COVID significantly affected the practice of dentistry in Nigeria, especially in the month of April and May. Most dental clinics were closed throughout the month of April. And that was because we were trying to navigate and find out how does this work, how does it affect the practice. But with time, we began to find methods that worked for the practice, and so we reduced the amount of aerosol generating procedures we were doing. You'll notice that a lot of dental practices focused on emergency care. In the month of May and June, we're dealing with the core essentials. Are you in pain? Should we eliminate pain? Should we extract it too? We weren't dealing with the cosmetics that had to do with cutting teeth and cleaning teeth in that time until we got a hang of it. And so we got a hang of it using personal protective equipment. So we're wearing face shields, face masks, doubling up on face masks, KN95s, wearing full surgical regalia just to protect ourselves and to protect patients. We were administering hydrogen peroxide to clients when they come in to reduce the overload. We cut off aerosol generating procedures of scaling and polishing, preparing crowns and all that. And then there was a novel invention of an aerosol vacuum machine that will suck up the aerosols that are generated as you deal with patients. So all of that came in to help. And then by the month of June, July, a lot of clinics are back in practice. We found methods to make it work. We're reducing the amount of time that clients spend in the clinic. We're ensuring that only the essentials come in, and that we're reducing the wait time at the receptions. We're taking away magazines and everything that they can touch that would increase contact between clients. So basically, yeah.
Now, Dr. Adeni, with what you have said, you have painted a picture of a society, that pays required attention to dentistry. But the impression out there is that Nigerians don't pay as much attention to their oral health like it is, like it is obtainable in other parts of the globe. Okay, now this pandemic, has it changed that orientation with the picture you have painted, or what exactly are you saying?
The truth is that the public awareness of oral health is rising in Nigeria. That's
Okay.
true. But the truth is, in a nation where there's a high index of poverty, you'll be thinking of eating and the basic essentials before you think about your oral health. That's the truth of the matter. But as we rise as a nation economically, definitely there'll be a higher premium placed on oral health. But even as it is, there's still a high level of public awareness. People are getting more informed. They're getting more interested in what is happening in their mouth. They're not comfortable with having holes in their teeth and having plaque and calculus on their teeth. And more and more dentists are engaging in public health awareness, telling people about these things, because ignorance is really the bane of the society's issues with respect to oral health. So the more they know and the more income is available to them, the more they can make use of our services. But as it is, people are getting more interested and more aware of dental.
Okay, we've been told repeatedly by scientists and particularly the WHO that the COVID-19 pandemic will stay with us even for longer than some of us had anticipated, that the disease is not going away anytime soon. So for dentistry in particular, what projections or what kind of effect do you think the pandemic will still have on the practice of dentistry in the case of Nigeria? We are looking at the Nigerian case now as a study here. What impact do you think the continued stay of COVID-19 will have on the practice of dentistry in Nigeria?
I actually think that COVID will be a catalyst to improve the awareness of dentistry, because everybody's wearing face masks now, and so you're smacking the face with your bad breath many times. That's what I noticed. Last month, a lot of people came into the clinic and they wanted to get help they felt, oh, I have bad breath, because you are alone with your breath under your mask. And so I believe that COVID will be a catalyst to improve the general public awareness of dental health and oral health awareness in Nigeria. I also feel that it will cause us to look inwards as dentists and as professionals to see how can we make it work, how can we become self-sufficient, what are our own indigenous technologies that we can leverage to use as dentists, and not depending just on technology that is available to people in other parts of the world. Just looking inward, becoming more creative, becoming more intentional about educating the public. So I believe that COVID is a catalyst for dentists. Everybody is going digital now because of COVID. You are talking more, and people are hearing more about all the things that they need to know about their oral health.
A particular statistics, available to me indicates that an estimated 3.5 billion people in the world have one form of oral disease or the other. That's Nigeria inclusive, okay? And there's this tendency for developing nations like Nigeria that when you notice something is wrong with your health, you want to look inward first and, maybe embark on DIY, that's do it yourself, or go and get some over-the-counter drugs to treat such a thing. I want you to talk about the dangers in this, particularly in the face of the ravaging COVID-19.
Okay. DIY is the crux of the issues that we as dentists face in Nigeria, really, because people feel pain. The first thing they go for is touch and go. And it's so corrosive to the gums, and they damage their gingival health before they even come to us. I know a lot of people that are using plain charcoal in their homes to brush their teeth because they are told online that charcoal whitens teeth. And many of them have burnt gums and all sorts of allergies happening in their mouth and they appear in the clinic. Another thing is there's a popular one that people come with and they say they're told that once they use a form of mouthwash sold on the roads, that the worms causing the holes will leave. And that is such a big lie because there's no worm that causes holes in the mouth. And there's a lot, but all of this is based on ignorance and low earning power. So as I said before, that if dentists keep telling the public the truth and they're not hearing more of the lies of people that just want to rip them off of money, if they keep hearing the truth, and if their earning power is increased, everybody will turn to getting oral health.
Okay, so what are the symptoms, that one need to look out for before one can conclude that indeed I have a problem with my oral health? What are the basic symptoms that an average person can look out for?
Okay, basic symptoms: bad breath.
Okay.
Do you bleed when you brush? There's nothing normal about bleeding when you brush your teeth. So you should see a dentist. You should ask for help if you notice that you see blood when you spit out as you brush your teeth. Is there pain? Pain is an indication that there is something wrong. There's something amiss, and so you should get help. And drugs are not the first form of. They're not the first port of call when you notice pain. You should see a dentist to know: is there a hole? Is there gum disease? Is there a fracture? Is there something that needs to be corrected? Not just popping pills and saying, "Oh, I'll be better." And so I think that those are the major indicators that tell you that something is amiss. You have bad breath, you are bleeding when you brush, or you have swollen gums, visibly swollen gums. You can see that there's something amiss, and then you have pain. And also, when you have heavy deposits, yellowish deposits that you see on your teeth, and your toothbrush can't get rid of them. I've seen some people say they will use scissors to try to get it off. They will use blades. Please, the port of call when you notice anything amiss in your mouth is visiting the dentist. Dentists are trained specifically to handle everything that happens with your teeth and your mucosa.
All right, Dr. Funmi Adeniyi, we thank you very much for your time and particularly for your expert opinions this afternoon on the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, keep safe. Bye.
Have a lovely day. All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Yep. My guest has been a dentist, Dr. Funmi Adeniyi. I've been talking about providing oral health care in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of issues there, and you heard that when you observe certain symptoms, you should seek out the services of a dentist. They are all over the place, and the doors are open to serve you. Thank you once again, Dr. Adeniyi. You're still watching COVID-19 Virus Beyond Borders on Lagos Television. At this point, let's take a quick look at some figures and statistics given by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and the Johns Hopkins University. On the home front, the NCDC said yesterday Nigeria posted a total of 453 new confirmed cases and no single death was recorded in Nigeria yesterday. That's a piece of good news, if you ask me. The 453 cases came from 16 states, with Lagos posting 113, FCT 72, Plateau 59, Enugu 55, Kaduna 38, Ondo 32, Osun 26, and the trail of Bauchi, Kano, and Ekiti posted one case piece. Okay, so as it is right now, the total number of confirmed cases in the country stands at 47,743. Active cases 12,844, and those who have been discharged are 33,943. But 956 people have died so far since the virus came to Nigeria. Samples of tests conducted so far 338,084. On the African continent, the total of 1,078,651 cases have been confirmed, with a total number of 24,341 deaths recorded so far. Those who have recovered, 772,726, while those in critical and serious conditions, as we're told by the Johns Hopkins University, are 1,192. That's across the African continent at this point in time. And that is it with the figures and statistics there. And at this point, quickly, we look at specific development as far as COVID-19 is concerned from across the globe. Authorities in southern Chinese city of Shenzhen say a sample of frozen chicken wings imported from Brazil has tested positive for the novel coronavirus, the latest in a series of reports of contaminated imported food products. The coronavirus was detected Wednesday on a surface sample taken from a batch of chicken wings during screening of imported frozen food in Longgang district of Shenzhen, the municipal government said in a statement.